Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Scappi, and I work on the education team at the National Hemophilia Foundation. It is my pleasure to welcome you to NHF's Super 7 Storytime series. Super 7 is a children's book targeted to kids age 8 to 12 with ultra-rare bleeding disorders, but everyone will find something to enjoy. The series will include various bleeding disorder community members who share a little bit about themselves and read a chapter from the book. Now, if you couldn't join us during NHF's Pajama Book Lunch Party, please watch the party on our YouTube channel, where you can find Dr. Len Valentino read the first chapter of the book, along with some other community members reading various chapters of the book. And please note, like I said, every week, NHF will publish a new video with a chapter reading from the book Super 7 for you to watch on your own time. You'll also notice our guests are in our pajamas, and we encourage you to watch these in the evening in your pajamas too. So with that being said, I'd like to welcome our next guest of the Storytime series, Barb Force. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Nicole, and hi, community members.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, Barb. It's such a pleasure to have you.
It's my honor. Thank you, Nicole.
Well, before we get started and we have you read us chapter 9 today, I want the community to learn a little bit more about you. So I'm going to start with a nice and simple question. The first one is, what state are you from?
I live in the other Washington State.
Oh, okay. So the one like above nearest California?
Yeah.
That one? Okay. Not Washington, D.C. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, the next question, and if you're comfortable answering, would you mind sharing your community affiliation?
Oh, absolutely. No problem. In fact, I think the more sharing with community affiliation, the better it is. I'm factor 7 deficient.
Amazing. Well, thanks for sharing that. And I know you're quite the advocate for that community as well. So thank you for that, Barb.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, we're going to switch topics a little bit here. I'm going to ask you a very important question. What is your favorite food or snack?
Oh, so many. I think I would have to say buttered popcorn, a big, huge tub. The more butter, the better. In fact, that would be a good thing for people watching this to maybe munch on.
Absolutely. So like when you go to the movie theater, you're that person that gets the bag and just hits the button until it runs out of butter?
I'm the person that goes back for seconds when it's halfway down.
I love that, which everyone should. There's nothing better than having like a full thing of popcorn.
Right.
I digress. Well, the next and final question I'm going to ask before we get into the reading is, why is the book Super 7 important to you?
This is the first effort by NHF to put out anything that is completely readable and relevant to the rare bleeding disorders community. And I was so proud to be a part of it.
We were so proud to have you be part of the working group team as well, because your name's actually in the book, Barb. So cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. And with that, I'd like to pass it off to you to read us chapter 9 of Super 7. So Barb, would you do the honors?
I'd be happy to. Chapter 9. I like Miss Johnette, don't you? Said Abigail as we walked down together on the hallway. She's much nicer than the nurse I had at my elementary school. She always acted like giving me my shots was such a big deal. Like, oh, Abigail, why are you here? I don't think she liked kids at all. But if you don't like kids, why work in a school? Miss Johnette definitely likes kids, don't you think? Abigail was talking really fast and swinging her plastic bag back and forth. She had brown hair, and it was up in pigtail buns. Yeah, she's really nice, I said. And yeah, she seems to like kids. Giving her shots? What shots? I knew better than to ask, didn't want to make her feel awkward. Do you get a lot of nosebleeds? I used to get nosebleeds when I was little, but I don't get them anymore, she said. Sort of, I said vaguely. Are you afraid of blood? I'm not. She glanced at me. I have to stick my finger with a tiny needle a couple of times every day and test my blood. I can't be afraid of blood. Some girls act like blood is so spooky, but I'm not scared of anything. I grinned, more surprised than anything. I didn't know many girls that talked about blood so much, period. Abigail lifted her chin like maybe she thought I was smiling because I didn't believe her. If you got another nosebleed right now, I wouldn't be freaked out at all, she said confidently. The way she looked at me straight in the eye, I did believe her. And I told her so. But what about this finger sticking thing? It seemed like something to keep private, like something I'd want to keep private, that is. So I hesitated. What? She said when I looked at her. Then again, she was the one who brought it up. Why, do you mind if I ask? I said. What? Spit it out. She grinned and swung her plastic bag. Why do you have to test your blood? I asked. I have diabetes, she said with a shrug. Heard of it? I shook my head. It's the thing I was born with, a disease. She drew out the word, looking at me expectantly. When I didn't react, she added, leaning in, but don't worry, it's not contagious. And I fell for it. I'm not worried, I blurted out quickly. Really, I stopped when she grinned a gotcha grin. There we've got them, walking together. Abigail swinging her bag and giving him that gotcha look. I laughed. Okay, 1-0 for her. So, Abigail continued, my body doesn't make this stuff called insulin, which helps you like eat sugar, but in your blood. She waved her hand. I could explain it more scientifically, but you might think it's boring. But anyway, basically, it means I need injections of insulin a few times a day because I don't actually have any of my own insulin. I bring some insulin pens to school just in case I need a little extra while I'm here. That's what's in your bag? I asked. Correctamundo, she grinned and lifted her bag. Yep, it has a cartridge of insulin and a dial so we can choose what dose. There's a needle at the tip. It's all in one. Miss Johnette does it for me if I need some at school. Suddenly, I got it. Oh, go Hornets, I said. She stared at me. And ding, I figured it out. You said go Hornets when Miss Johnette injected you with the needle because the needle is like a hornet stinger, I said. Correctamundo again, she said, grinning. And also because I'm a basketball fan and our school team is the Hornets, she added. I say go Hornets when I inject myself at home too. Wait, what? You inject yourself, I said. I stopped in surprise. Really? Yep, she said proudly. Every day. She looked at me, trying to gauge my reaction. I'm not scared of needles at all. I believe you. I'm not either, I told her quickly and started walking again. I have to inject myself with medicine too, but not every day like you, every other day. I haven't even thought about telling her, but now I had. Her eyes lit up. Really? Do you have diabetes too? I shook my head. No, I have a bleeding disorder. It sounds a little bit the same. I have a part of my blood that's missing. It doesn't clot. So I get nosebleeds and other kind of bleeds and things like that. But I'm not afraid of needles either because I've been getting poked since I was a baby. Abigail nodded and she made big eyes at me. But your bleeding disorder is probably contagious and it makes you different in some totally weird way, right? I laughed. Tanner, it's cool that there's two of us in this school, she said. We're probably the only kids here who don't care when the doctor gives them a shot because we're all, oh, big deal. I do this every day. She grinned and I grinned back. Hey, this is my class, Tanner, she said, pointing at room 105. See you later. Yeah, see you, Abigail, I said. Call me Abby, she said, waving. I headed to my locker to throw on my basketball jersey and cover up my bloodstained t-shirt before catching the last 10 minutes of English class. The end.
Thank you so much, Barb. That was so lovely. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen next. The anticipation is driving me crazy. Well, if you guys want to learn more, Have no fear. Next week, check us out and you'll hear from another community member who will read the next chapter. And with that, I'd just like to thank Barb again for joining us and thank all of you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.